Welcome to This Week in Wisconsin History. This week, we'll be covering the 1864 engineering feat of a Wisconsin lumberman that saved 30,000 Union troops in the Civil War. By April 1864, the Union's Red River campaign was considered a disastrous failure, forcing the Army and Navy to retreat down Louisiana's unpredictable Red River toward New Orleans. The Mississippi River Squadron journeyed south under persistent enemy fire to Alexandria, where the 33-vessel fleet was faced with a mile-long stretch of rapids, flanked on either end by 6-foot waterfalls. These treacherous conditions were further exacerbated by the river's rapid drop in water level to just over 3 feet, effectively grounding the squadron's heavier vessels and halting the Union retreat in its tracks. Stuck with battered warships and dwindling supplies, the Union's only two options seemed to be fighting off surrounding enemies while willing water levels to rise, or abandoning the entire fleet to the Confederates and continuing their retreat to New Orleans. A third option was proposed by Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Bailey, chief engineer of the 19th Corps, to correct the low water levels of the river by building a series of dams. Before the war, Bailey had worked in Kilburn City, Wisconsin, or present-day Wisconsin Dells, as a civil engineer and lumberman for over 10 years. Bailey's considerable experience building dams on the Wisconsin River to help float logs down to the sawmills led him to suggest that same idea a month prior, which had been mocked. Now, running out of time, options, and hope, the campaign commanders ultimately decided to go along with Bailey's plan. 3,000 troops were assigned to aid in the construction effort that began April 30th, including engineers from the 97th and 99th U.S. Colored Troops and other experienced loggers from Wisconsin, Maine, and New York regiments. After more than a week of non-stop work on the dams, the water level had risen over 5 feet, allowing some of the fleet's smaller ships to pass through the chute over the upper falls. The following morning, May 9th, the building water pressure suddenly broke 2 barges free of the main dam, creating a rushing torrent of water. The Navy seized the opportunity to send 4 of their vessels over the falls and through the 150-foot gap, inciting boisterous celebration from the thousands of spectators gathered along the riverbanks. With renewed confidence in Bailey's plan, crews worked quickly to make adjustments and repairs. 4 days later, on May 13th, the remaining squadron ships were able to breach the dam and successfully navigate the rapids, allowing the Union forces to finally continue their downstream journey to safety. Despite the overall failure of the expedition itself, Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Bailey gained national recognition for his heroic ingenuity during the Red River Campaign, which saved 30,000 Union troops and the Mississippi River Squadron, a fleet worth around $2 million at the time. Bailey would be one of only 15 Army officers to receive an official thanks of Congress for their service during the Civil War. And that's what happened. This week in Wisconsin history.